When it comes to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire for the Sony PlayStation, I can think of many reasons why you'd want to buy it. For one thing, you can use the disc as a natty drinks coaster, or a vanity mirror, or to blind the pilots of low-flying aircraft. Sadly, the last thing you'd want to do is put it in your console. After a rather bland intro sequence which pales in comparison with that of the TV show, you're subjected to the witterings of an over-enthusiastic Chris Tarrant, who insists on talking at you incessantly while you're attempting to set the game up.
Hello and welcome to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? So if you're ready, let's play. Thanks.
Cheers, I think.
Right, you need instructions as to how to play. If you don't need instructions, let's play.
It seems that most of the game's budget went towards paying Tarrant for his so-called voice acting talents, because the on-screen graphics seem to have been ripped straight from the television show. And I can't think that this process would have taken more than a couple of days. The rest of the money was spent on the design and production of a 3D recreation of the Millionaire studio, which, I have to admit, is quite impressive. But it would have been even more impressive if the studio wasn't completely deserted. I will concede that it would have been difficult for the programmers to construct a digital Harry Yack, but it would have been great to see a PlayStation version of Chris Tarrant at the very least. One that exists in a tangible rather than paranormal sense. Never mind, because at least we still have his voice. And what a wonderful saving grace it is too.
Well done, you just guaranteed yourself £1,000.
Oh, superb. EastEnders. I've never heard of any of those people. These sorts of questions should be completely banned from quiz shows.
The audience all vote now.
Excellent. This ghostly gathering seemed to indicate that the answer is Susan Tully, whoever that is, so let's go with her.
Are you happy with that? You had £1,000 guaranteed. You've now got £2,000. You're doing brilliantly. You got £2,000.
Oh, come on. All of this stuff is unskippable. You have to watch it no matter how many times you have played the game previously. Some of the greatest joys you can get out of the game are from the Phone a Friend lifeline. Most, if not all of the questions, have pre-recorded audio segments, which provide some light relief from the pressures of being a Millionaire contestant.
Hello.
Karen, hi, this is Chris Tarrant from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Hi, Chris.
That's rather strange. I don't know anybody called Karen, at least not anyone from Ireland.
Chris.
Karen, no pressure. Don't be nervous, but it's all riding on your answer to this question.
Oh yes, I remember this year well, as it was a bit of a bad time for us too, as my eldest broke his leg playing football. The year was 1992. Oh, and by the way, he's fine now.
Oh, really now?
Karen, thank you for that.
Yes, thanks indeed.
Possible answers, but Karen's gone for C. You had £1,000 guaranteed. You've now got £2,000.
Come on, get on with the next question. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, goodness knows the answer to this. Give me the EastEnders questions again.
Right, let's try and help by narrowing the choice down for you. Computer, take away 2 wrong answers, please, leaving just the right answer and the one remaining wrong answer.
50% chance, and just you watch. I'll get it wrong.
You had £4,000, but you've just lost 3 of them. I'm afraid it's the wrong answer. C is the right answer.
It's interesting to note that the game gave us the correct answer to the question there, even though we had got it wrong. But from a logistical point of view, it really shouldn't have. I mean, you'd be pretty cheesed off, but you see, the game has only a very limited bank of questions, so it can hardly afford to give answers away for free just like that. Because you may very well encounter the exact same question in just 2 games' time. Right, come on, let's give this another go, shall we? Come on, this time we're gonna win the million quid!
Right, at this point you are just 2 questions away from £1 million.
I know, great, aren't I?
Answer to the next question, you win £500,000. But if you give me a wrong answer, you...
Yes, I know the rules of this game. I've been watching it for 10 years. Come on!
It's question number 14 of 15. Take as much time as you need. Have a good look at it. Good luck. Take as long as you need at this moment. This is for £500,000.
Oh, I'm gonna have to pick an answer now, just to shut this bloke up, aren't I?
But a wrong answer. Are you happy with your answer? You're not wrong. You just won £500,000.
Notice how the studio has gone dark here. Probably to mask the lack of an audience. Looks pretty cool though.
But we don't want to give you that. We really do want to give you a cheque, and we could in just a minute for £1 million. You don't have to play this question. You can walk away, but it is for £1 million. Are you confident? It's the correct answer. You are now a millionaire. You've won £1 million. I can't believe it.
And neither can I. Wikipedia is normally useless on Renaissance painters. And we get the confetti, which sends my standard definition television into a frenzy of jagged artifacting and MPEG'd craziness. Oh, I'm the winner now, am I? Well, that's no good to me. I mean, I doubt you could persuade HSBC in taking a cheque with the name winner on it, and that's something that food critic bloke from the car insurance adverts will no doubt confirm. So yay, I'm now a millionaire. I can afford to buy the 2nd edition of this game. Yes, there is a 2nd edition. In the 1 year that passed since the original release, the programmers have managed to find an audience to fill the in-game studio. Finally. But what's the betting that they'll be cardboard cutouts? We've also got over 1,000 new questions, which bodes well, and faster loading times. So evidently, Eidos have listened to the criticism. But will their game be all the better for it? Well, I'm somewhat apprehensive, but let's go ahead and find out. Well, both the intro movie and the in-game cinematics have been improved somewhat, by the simple fact that there is an audience this time. Well, what do you know, the jewel case insert wasn't lying after all. It's a lot more atmospheric. It doesn't feel as though you've broken into the studio at night after everyone's gone home, as the first version does. Another main difference is that Tarrant reads the questions out loud this time, and with the same smarminess as he does on the television show.
Which of these phrases means very angry? Leaping potty. Jumping nuts. Skipping crazy. Hopping mad.
You do, however, get the choice of skipping this. The on-screen graphics also don't seem as blur, but the phone of friends still have stereotypical accents.
I'm sure I've heard of sausages coming from all those places, but I could be wrong. I'm a veggie anyway.
Oh, brilliant. Fat lot of good you were. Look, game, that was just cheap. If I knew that my friend was a vegetarian, I would have chosen one of my other phone of friends, seeing as 3 out of 4 of the answers are meat related.
I can't believe this, but I'm afraid that's not the right answer. It's D.
Cheers, Karen. I'm glad you're not really my friend.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, I suppose we're gonna have to win the million just to see the end movie. I don't know why, it'll probably just be the intro sequence with added ticker tape just like the previous game. But anyway, here we go. Oh, what's this now? Loading times? Well, I guess that all-new processor-intensive real-life audience graphic is starting to take its toll.
Right, at this point, you are just 2 questions away from £1 million.
Look how much cooler that cheque is! It's about 5 times larger, which automatically makes it better.
If you were given a marimba, what would you do with it?
Oh, that's insultingly easy for the final band of questions.
Eat it?
Well, it's time to test this audience's knowledge of musical instruments.
Ask the audience. Audience, if you're ready, please, let's try and help out. Fingers on keypads, all vote now.
Thank you very much, audience, but I knew the answer anyway.
You've just risked an awful lot of money on one question. You had £250,000. Your reward is a cheque for £500,000. £500,000. Well done.
Oh, Gordon Bennett, more loading. It's just occurred to me that I have my phone a friend left, so we might as well use it. Let's see how hot they are on mathematical terms.
Jane speaking.
Hello, Jane. It's Chris Tarrant from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Chris Tarrant, oh my god. Ha ha, how wonderful.
My word, that sounded forced. She won't know the answer to this in a million years.
For this next question, it's the £1 million question. Your answer is worth £1 million.
Absolutely, Chris, I'll do my best. I'm sorry, I'll have to say I don't have a clue on answering this question. I can't just guess with money at stake.
Well, you picked the wrong friend, game. My brother-in-law is a professor of mathematics at Hindley University, so thanks for screwing me over once again.
Are you happy with that? It was a risk, and you knew it was a risk. But it was a risk worth taking. You have just won £1 million. You've done it. Fantastic. Congratulations. You are a millionaire on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Haha, how wonderful! I'd like to thank Google Search, the Wikimedia Foundation, and of course, Tequin Wittick for his tremendous help and support during the whole of this process. And would you look at that? I complete the blasted game and yes, all I get is a rehashed intro movie. Absolutely splendid. Overall, however, the second edition is a massive improvement. The revamped graphics are much more pleasant, and the fact that you can skip things makes the process an awful lot smoother. The questions are more varied, if not perfect. For example, in just my second game, I got 2 questions in a row to which the answer was horse racing. Now, either one of the question masters likes the odd flutter on the GGs, or the random question selector mucked up big time. And I know which of those it's more likely to have been. This is how the first version should have been, but, and this is a big but, the game is still lacking. It does everything you'd expect from Millionaire, and actually rather well, but therein lies its problem. It does not make for a very good video game, which is something you'd kind of expect when you've shelled out £35 Yes, this wasn't a poxy budget release. There's only an hour or two's worth of playability here, after which you'll get irritated by having to sit through Tarrant's seemingly endless monologues and questions that seem to repeat ad infinitum. Although I will admit that the second edition suffers a lot less from this problem. But quite how this became the biggest selling computer game of all time, as the jewel case claims, is completely beyond me. Actually, I know perfectly well why. It's a classic case of smash and grab TV show licensing for easy money, and by golly, did IDOS cash in. The only time you'd have wanted to play this is when the family were around at Christmas, after which you'd have part exchanged it for Gran Turismo 2, which came out 1 year before the release of the original Millionaire. However, at less than a quid from your local charity shop, it'll provide more excitement than a cheap box of Christmas crackers today. Just do yourself a favour, would you, and buy the second edition.